Perfect.
Whoa.
I almost just ripped the headphones out, bro.
Hey.
Oh
hey
my god.
there.
How are you doing?
Hey there.
Hi, you guys. This is Conscious Wave, and today's topic is gonna be about sex.
Right.
What does sex mean to you guys?
So sex to me is like a very intimate conversation. It's an opportunity for me to get to know someone on a much deeper level.
I agree. Sex to me is getting to know somebody in like a handsy way.
Okay. I said that sex means complete surrender to me, to both the known and unknown. It's an energy exchange. I feel like I share my power with the person that I'm with, and they share theirs with mine. Yeah. What is something that you would never try again?
Just like casual sex. You know, like I don't do that already, and in the past I didn't do that.
Yeah.
But you know, as like somebody who was like younger, I wanted to like fill that void of like loneliness. Also, my hormones were like balancing, so it was let me just have some sex. You know.
I agree with your response with casual sex. I would probably never try sneaky links again because I felt like it lacked level of emotional intimacy
fulfillment.
that I was needing. I have to really know a person before I engage in like a sexual activity with someone because I really want to feel like I know the person before I do something like that.
I said having raw sex. Rapid. The part when you guys are done having sex and then you're just laying there and you're like,
What did I do? I just sinned.
In high school, I'd be like, it must be nice to have like somebody that you trust. No, mess around with. Make sure you're protecting your parts before you have sex because you don't want to slip up and
like in the moment you might just be like,
you
I
know,
want it.
Yeah.
I gotta have it.
Yeah, all of it. Just think about the aftermath.
Moving on. What sign was your best and which sign was your worst in bed?
My least favorite sign was probably Gemini because I felt like we didn't have that emotional connection and so they just didn't do it for me. I don't like this question. Like there was no passion to it because we weren't connected emotionally. There was no like I give a fuck about you and I want to make sure that you feel that. Like there wasn't that.
They were just like, okay.
They were just doing what they needed to do to get themselves off. And I feel like at least for me, if I feel emotionally connected to a person, I want to make sure they feel good.
Do you feel like it was
and that
probably
they feel
just like the person or it
Well,
had
it was-
to do with their sign?
It was definitely the person, but I just feel like because that person happens to be a Gemini,
You just
it
kinda-
just was my least favorite interaction.
Okay.
What about you?
I'm gonna have to go with a Pisces. I mean, don't hold yourself back. You know what I mean? And I felt like in that moment they were holding themselves back. Not only that, but it was more because they just weren't really a good person. Not all Pisces are like that.
She went there.
This person in particular is just like
Not a good person.
Yeah, not a good person.
And you can definitely feel when they don't have all their stuff together. Like you can feel that. Yeah.
I feel like it's like also the type of guy like with like back then I was like, okay, so I'm around the people that aren't shit because they kind of want the same thing that I want, but I want it a little different. Does that make sense?
Wait, what?
Like, okay, so like if I'm trying to link up with somebody to have sex and you're not really the type that's like really intimate, like will give you like the passion that you want. I want them to be like a little deep, but like not to the point where it's just like, oh, you're trying to make this into a relationship.
If I'm having like casual sex, which I don't do anymore, I would prefer for both of us to be detached. I just think that me personally, I don't want to have casual sex because I don't really feel like I'm being myself when I'm having casual sex. So then I'm just like, I'll wait until I'm in a relationship where I feel like I know this person and we can be in a committed relationship together. And do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's why like it's good to communicate that because when you're just looking to just have sex, like that's more like casual, but when you're looking to have sex to be in a relationship, that needs to be communicated to your partner.
A lot of people these days, they have sex first and they're like, yeah, I can do this every day with you.
It's like, is that simple? But it's not because you're giving up everything.
I never wanted to have casual sex because like making this energy exchange and I'm taking your energy on and I'm also like giving you mine.
And to like piggyback off of that, when I have the intention to have sex with someone, I want to literally go in there and I want to take out whatever is keeping you from reaching your like potential. I want it to be so good that you cry after because you just released something and like it's no longer your burden to bear because I've already alchemized that shit. Like
I've become so detached to that side of myself that I just can't even, you know, because like the last time that did happen, I ended up like giving too much of myself to the wrong person.
When you say you gave too much of yourself, what do you mean?
Because I knew that this is the only thing I could give to them that they would like actually receive. It got to a point where I was just like, that was my value. And like, I didn't like that because then there's nothing more to me that he wants. Like, he doesn't want my mind, he doesn't want my love, he just wants sex, and that's just fucking awful.
You said you were super detached from experiencing sex like that?
I used to be that type of person where I would want to heal them. And I'm healing them, but I have my own things that need to be healed now because this person took so much out of me that was like not deep. Like, you know.
Yeah, like you gave the deepest parts of yourself and then
It's like they exploited it.
sex is like the most intimate like conversation, like how you were saying, like sex is a language of
It's expression.
it is. It's the language of our souls. And I don't want to talk to just everybody.
Oh yeah. It's like some people just want the baby talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if you want to talk to everybody, that's okay. I think that you should go ahead and do that.
Right,
But for me,
not me.
because that shit runs deep and it hits deep, I cannot talk to everybody. I need to figure you out first.
What I'm hearing from like all three of us is that sex is a deep thing for us. It's a very sacred thing. And you were saying like you gave too much of yourself away in that situation. I feel like you just learned in that season your capacity to love and to be intimate. And because they like abused that, you're like, why the fuck did I even do that? Huh?
I like the way you said it. Yeah.
I know that you're healing from it, but I don't want you to beat yourself up about it because, like, yeah, that person sucks and, like, the situation sucked. Mm-hmm. But I think that you gained a new sense of self from it. Yeah. Now you know that you want to give your compassion to people who are also going to give that compassion back to you.
Right, not just your physical, what you physically have to give, but your mind, too.
Yeah. What was the next question? You went kind of...
deep.
Well, we never said it was our best. That was just our worst.
I didn't have the best.
I'm disappointed for you.
I know. I'm like, where?
I'm gonna just leave this part. Y'all go ahead.
My best, a Scorpio. Like Fajera said, they really be getting up in there and pulling it out and alchemizing it.
I feel like I should have been with more Scorpios.
There's just a level of passion there. Like,
yeah, if they're actually genuinely interested in you, they will go to great lengths.
Yeah, I'm like, bae, I know. Like, just give it to me. Like, I already know. I'll take it out.
I hate that they know when you're like not trying to like tell them anything.
A Scorpio, I think of that meme that's like, babe, I had a bad day at work, and then like the next like photo is like them eating them out.
Every time.
Disgusting.
Name something important regarding sex.
Aftercare. I think that we should have a little discussion about what we just did and how it made each other feel and if there's any things that we can work on or try the next time. So it's really good to check in on your partner because you just experienced a whole bunch of endorphins and like hormones that all rush to your brain and to your parts and now it's gone. And that can be really depressing for some people. So just checking in on your partner.
Yeah, like sex is a whole ordeal even afterward.
Yeah.
You go home and then you sit in the shower and you're like, I feel dirty.
I'm gonna shower together. Like I like that.
We're just gonna get out the shower, just back onto the bed. Like
ain't nothing wrong with it.
Time out. Time out. I was gonna say the same thing. Communication.
Oh.
And yeah, aftercare. You know, it really does make or break like whatever you were trying to do, like platonic or, you know, romantically. I would love to live out the fantasies in my mind, but that's only if you deserve it. And, you know, you can tell whether or not somebody deserves that piece of you.
Don't just settle to feel something, okay? Don't just...
For a quick minute.
I'm like, with the amount of toys they have these days, babe, like, you
girl, yeah, just go invest.
You don't even.
Invest
Go
in
find a
yourself.
man. If your like sex was a guitar, what would it be? Or like what instrument?
A string guitar or a bass.
A bass.
Gotta pluck
Yours
that out.
comes.
You're talking instruments, like in general, piano.
Ooh! I was gonna say a violin, but that's sad.
Why is
So-
that sad?
No, violins are like.
Oh no! Mine would be a harp.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay, harp.
Very much.
I don't know.
I feel like yours would be some like type of like
Percussion.
night.
Scorpio would be those really cool drums that like you could tap anywhere on it. And it makes
An
like
electric one?
no.
I'm a drum to you, Crystal.
No, it's not a drum. It's a.
You know what I am? I'm one of those sound pads. Is that what you're saying?
I was gonna say that too, but I was like, that's more modern.
We're very. I don't like this. I don't want to be an instrument. You got advice, Claire?
Start with communication, if anything. Communicate what you want from somebody, because if you don't know what you want, it'll make it really hard for whatever you're trying to do, whether it be platonic or romantic.
Have that conversation with yourself. Like, what do I want to get out of this? Do I want to be experimenting, or like, have I never tried this before? Like, what is? Yeah, like, what are you looking for in this interaction?
I think for me, when I was first manifesting like a relationship, I was like, what do I bring to the table? You know? And I had to acknowledge the things that I felt like could use some work, but then the things that I felt were pretty strong character traits of mine. And I definitely want someone that loves me, maybe not the same, but like similarly to how I love. Because I love very deeply and very passionately, and I deserve that love as well. My advice would be, if you're going to have like casual sex with someone, I think that you guys should have a conversation on your expectations with each other. Yes, do this for yourself, and just make sure that you guys have like a mutual understanding. It's important to experiment, you know, with multiple partners, because maybe your specific partner might not be interested in the thing that you're curious about, or with the person that you've been with for a while, just so that you can gain those experiences and gain some sexual knowledge.
All about the growth.
All about the growth.
Like,
So you talking about with and Lee?
Yeah.
inside,
No.
What?
and like spiritual growth.
Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. This was our episode on
Sex! Woo!
Please come again.
Come again.